According to a report by Mark Bertman, sports director of Fox 26, the XFL is returning to Houston, Texas, the exact location of the XFL played their games in 2020. He said, quote, a source, the University of Houston and TDECU Stadium will host games in the XFL when the league begins play in 2023. So just like the news that we've heard about the booking the dates at the Dome and America Center in St. Louis, you can now add Houston and TDECU Stadium. The Roughnecks played there for the 2020 XFL season. Plans were in place for Houston to host the XFL championship game there as well. Former XFL CEO and Commissioner Oliver Luck had connections with the Houston business community. That's what he was the QB for the Houston Oilers from 1982 to 1986 and was the president and general manager of the Houston Dynamo, the MLS, in 2005. I think they won a championship there. The league also held its training camp in Houston before the kickoff of the 2020 season. So I guess maybe the love that the XFL was feeling towards Texas, figured why not put another team in there and just host the whole thing in Texas. Now, the question is, the Roughnecks logo will probably, most likely, 100% be a thing of the past. The NFL filed an opposition to the logo, and the XFL abandoned the logo in 2021. No word on if the 3.0 era will keep the name Roughnecks, which I like. Just change the logo. Houston is expected to be one of three XFL teams in Texas, with San Antonio and Dallas as the other locations. The XFL also just held their coaches symposium in Dallas several weeks ago. That is home base. The XFL will be centered in Texas, and its home headquarters based in Dallas, Texas. We're going to have to take a road trip. Having three teams play in Texas, plus the league training all teams in the same location will keep costs down for the first season back. And the deal, and of course, the XFL just signed that 5-year broadcasting deal with the Walt Disney Company. I'm a huge Disney fan, and ESPN. So you have it there. So more rumblings coming out. St. Louis name has been dropped out as returning to the XFL. And Houston is next. That has been rumblings. We expect to hear more before we have this potential rumored June 1st announcement of the city teams and logos. Our own Mike Mitchell has been reporting these cities. Remember, you've got San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas in Texas, DC and Orlando on the East Coast. Then you have St. Louis, Las Vegas, and Seattle as your other teams coming back and new to the XFL and returning to the XFL.